This episode of the Full Court Press podcast is presented by Grip Spritz. Better grips, better game. On this episode, does Lakers still have a chance with DeMarcus Cousins being out? Does Carmelo Anthony deserve a job in the NBA? Is Jordan versus Harden as the best scorer honestly a debate? And who is three of the toughest men's college basketball teams to look forward to this season? Also, we have a great friend of ours, and he does a lot of professional coverage and great interviews with famous names of athletes like Victor Oladipo, Odell Beckham, Ben Roethlisberger, Terry Rozier, and many more. We want to thank Chris Gunther for being a part of the Full Court Press. Follow Chris Gunther on all social media at Chris Gunther. This is the Full Court Press podcast. Tune in and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel at XposedSports TV every Thursday to catch more episodes. What's up, everybody? So on our first episode, I thank my man Chris Gunther for coming on the show.
What's up with you, bro? What's up, bro? What's going on with you?
Co-host Coach Clinks. And this is the Full Court Press. So it's Jordan versus Harden as the best scorer honestly a debate?
Honestly, it's a laughable one because the reason why I say it's laughable, Harden has to dribble 30 times and come off screens just to get to the basket.
Yeah.
Michael didn't have to do all that. Jordan would just size you up, back you down, fade away, or Michael just get to his sweet spots on the court and just kill you.
Hey, but
Jordan didn't have to go through all of the screens. Jordan didn't have to dribble a million times.
But the game changed.
Yeah, and the reason why it changed is because of Michael. People wanted to figure out how could you stop Jordan. You can't stop Jordan. When you take a look at some of Jordan's greatest games, Jordan had nights. Do not get me wrong. Michael had bad shooting nights,
right?
But it wasn't consistent bad shooting nights. James Harden last year went on that scoring rampage, but you also got to think he went 15 for 40. Right, he went 10 for 40. Even though you still got your 45 points, etc., look at all those shots that you missed. That's not an efficient bucket. That's not an efficient, type of thing. When you look at Michael's didn't have that. Michael was the kind of person where I'm going to let the game come to me, and I'm not just going to throw up 1,000,001 shots. As much as I love James Harden's game, that's how James Harden is.
That's true. But 60 is 60. Yeah. He getting that 60, he getting 40, 50.
Now, let me ask you this. When you get that 60 and you are shooting such a bad job, do you really think that's an efficient 60?
But when he was getting 60, he wasn't shooting bad.
Let me ask you this. When he wasn't shooting bad, what was his stat line?
Get 60 points, though. 60
he was
points,
getting
60 points.
I remember one stat, he was getting 60, 11, and 10. He was getting triple-double.
He was getting those 60 triple-doubles, but those were every once in a blue moon. With Michael, when Michael got 60, Michael wasn't shooting 10 or 40. Like
but
James
Michael
Harden.
Ain't had no assists or no rebounds to go behind it.
Was Jordan a passer? Just a hypothetical question. Was
Jordan is LeBron a scorer?
Now you're going to bring LeBron into this.
But
Let's stick to the debate. Let's stick to Jordan versus Harden.
Is LeBron, is Jordan a passer? No.
Jordan easily has let it be known he could have averaged triple-doubles.
He could have passed.
He wanted to.
Yeah, he could have passed the ball.
The Bulls needed him to do in that system. They needed Jordan to kill. They needed Scotty. They needed Rodman. They needed everybody else to play their part so Jordan could go out and get you 35, 40,
that's true.
Whichever one you prefer that night.
That's true. So you saying Jordan
in all day, every day.
Is
Jordan
a way better scorer than Harden.
Much better.
At the end of the day, Michael Jordan got 10 scoring titles.
That's impressive.
He got 10 scoring titles. James Harden, to me, I feel like the only reason this is a debate right now is just because we like how James Harden scored. This generation, we love James Harden, new swagginess he brought into the game.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, he is an effective scorer, but like you said, Chris, he's going up there jacking up shots and all of that. Like, those 60 points sometimes isn't making your team better.
All that ISO ball is killing them. That's why the Rockets are not going to championship.
They're not going to win championship.
Sometimes they need James Harden to go out there and get 60.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes. Not every single night.
So to answer the question, in my opinion, I'm picking Jordan over Harden, obviously. But I don't think it's that far from not being a debate because Harden get buckets. Like, I understand Jordan get buckets in his own way, but the dude step backs and fade away three. I mean, step back threes and falling and all that, that's
talking about the
hard to do.
So
Jordan
you're
wasn't
talking
scoring
about
as
the
many.
step back that he kicks his leg out every time and makes it pretty much.
Hey, that's a
an
tough
acting
bucket.
move
That's a
because
tough bucket.
you
It's
do
tough.
all
It's
that
still
step
tough
back,
to make,
you
right?
shoot your leg out, and then you get mad when the refs don't call it.
Is it tough to make?
Is it you daggone Skippy? It's
It's a
tough to make.
tough-
If you
it's
kick
a
your
tough-
leg out, it's tough to make.
It's tough to make either way with the
and
contest.
Once you create that space, you good. But if you kicking your leg out like this, we both know that's a stupid bucket.
I don't think
we all know that.
I don't think we're gonna see James Harden doing the fake flop on offense this season.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think we're gonna see that this season.
If James Harden doesn't fake flop, then Donald Trump is a good president.
He got called out for it too much, so I don't think that's gonna be coming. I think those 60 buckets, those 60-point games is gonna come off legit good.
Harden
buckets.
He ain't the best scorer in today's game. It's KD, but
Hands down.
he definitely is a
I think
elite
he's
scorer.
Now, in my opinion, I think he's the second best scorer in the NBA.
Who?
I think
Oh,
James
behind
Harden is.
KD?
Behind
Yeah.
Kevin. I think James Harden.
That,
is.
now.
100%.
Who you got as a better scorer than James Harden besides Kevin Durant? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Steph Curry.
Stop it.
Nah.
Stop it.
Steph Curry.
Stop it.
Okay.
And I love
Curry.
Wardell Curry, but no,
Nah, not Steph.
not Steph.
I'll say Steph.
Stop it.
I'll say Steph Curry. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Is Draymond right
About
that the Warriors dynasty being over is a joke?
I'll say this. Draymond Green, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time NBA champion, will go down as a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
But to say the Warriors are over with, he's not wrong for that.
Nah, not at all.
Because you also got to think they have the nucleus of their team. Even though Klay Thompson is banged up and won't be coming back until probably about February, March, that's still
Right.
plenty of time to still gel.
Yep.
And you still have D'Angelo Russell, which if D'Angelo Russell can really be that D-Lo of last year, and you still
They'll
got,
have a chance.
He's
And,
not.
and you still have Steph Curry
He's not.
giving you about
He gonna be-
25, 30.
He's going to be way
The
better than
Warriors will
that.
have a good chance. I'm not sleeping on Golden State
Right.
right now. I'll say
Facts.
this. Right now, as of August 21st, I don't see them going past the second round of the playoffs. I'll give them that.
Right. They gotta
But to
make roster changes.
Yeah, but to just like sleep on them and say that
It's
the
over with.
dynasty's over, I wouldn't
It's a
say
joke,
that
yeah.
because let's say hypothetically speaking, what if LeBron gets hurt again, which I really don't hope happens. Let's
Right.
say James Harden and Russ just can't mesh well.
Right.
Right.
Let's say Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell in Utah don't do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Let's say that Dame and CJ all of a sudden blow up and they just decide to run the West.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
let's
facts.
say in
So many scenarios.
Like I say, there's so many things that you can't put. Let's say Denver finally just becomes that team.
Right.
Or
right.
let's say San
And they
Antonio
get
gets
there,
back
too.
to winning the way that they do.
Right.
So to answer your question directly, do I think Golden State is over with? I don't. I just don't see them going through
Being
the
the
West like they have
championship.
been doing the last 5 consecutive years.
Right, and that's true because I look at it too with the Warriors. They still got to get Klay Thompson back 100%, but they still, like you said, got that centerpiece. They core the team. Still got Curry, still got Klay, still got Draymond. Now you add another All-Star with D'Angelo Russell, who still trying to prove a point in the league, still trying to make a name in the league. So I ain't counting them out, but like it's gonna be way tougher. Like I still got obviously the Lakers over them, the Clippers over them, Utah. Be surprised. I got Utah over them. I don't got Houston over them because
I have the Rockets as the 5th best team in the West right now. And the reason
I
why I
can
have them
agree
as
with
the
that.
5th best is because nobody will ever stop James Harden scoring.
Nah.
Nobody can stop Russell. Those realistically are 2 of the most unstoppable players in the NBA.
Right.
Having said all that,
They just gotta
their
mesh.
other core pieces,
It's weak.
They're complementary, but they're not enough to get you over the hump. Eric
Right.
Gordon is a bucket, but Eric Gordon
It's
is
not enough.
If Eric Gordon couldn't get you past Golden State without Kevin Durant, what makes you think that him along with PJ Tucker and Green are going to be the pieces that will enable you to win a title? I do not see that happening.
Houston got to get them coming off the bench though, man. They got to. That's why I say they can't win a championship unless they make roster changes because, be real, Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker is bench players.
Right.
Yeah.
But you get 2 dudes who can come in and start and have them coming off the bench. Now I'd be like, they got depth. Yeah, they got depth now.
Yeah, all it takes
Now
is
it's
the
a
right
different ball
type
game.
of, like chemistry. It's the right
Right.
type of combo, which
Right.
I think Russell and James offensively, especially in that backcourt, is going to be unstoppable.
Right,
But
right.
let's see what happens as time progresses.
Right. And you still got teams in the West like Denver, who was number 1 seed in
Don't
the West
sleep on
last year.
Portland.
Portland.
Right.
You still got San Antonio.
Can't sleep on the Spurs.
You got so many teams in the West.
I don't really see the Spurs making noise, but you still can't sleep on them just because
Well, they got
of that popular
DeJounte.
system.
They got DeJounte Murray back though. Remember he tore his ACL last summer. He coming back with a vengeance, and he good. Like that's a good point guard for real. They ain't got Kawhi still.
You want to know what I would have loved to see?
What's that?
I would have loved to see Devin Booker on
Man,
the San Antonio Spurs.
I want to see him leave.
To see that.
I want to see him get traded. I would definitely want to see him get traded.
For sure.
Because I feel like if Devin Booker get on a championship caliber team,
it's over.
Oh man, sky's the limit.
It's over for whoever has to guard him.
In Boston, man.
All right, I was just about to ask that.
Stop it.
He said Boston. Name a team where Devin Booker would fit.
The Spurs.
Besides the Spurs and besides Boston.
I could honestly see him fitting in with the Lakers.
Right.
Because as much as we love King James, LeBron's getting older.
That'd be a chip.
He's not going to have that much time left.
Right.
If Devin Booker could come in and be like a solid point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers with Anthony Davis, if Anthony decides to stay, that would be good.
Sky's the limit.
And let's just say for the sake of reasoning, if he decides to go to the Eastern Conference, imagine him running point guard for a legit East contender like Philly or the Bucks. You know,
he'll be that dude in the East.
Imagine him going to somewhere like Dallas, though.
Dallas
with him and Kristaps Porzingis. Now that could be a really
and they got Luka
and Luka,
Rookie of the Year.
Hey, that would be crazy, but I don't think that would fit him though. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? You get a chance to go play with those guys. You'll fit in. You'll figure something out.
You'll make it work.
Get the heck out of Phoenix. You ain't gonna win nothing there.
You'll make it work. I like NCAA more than NBA, honestly. So, who do you predict to be the 3 top teams in the NCAA this year?
Me personally, I like Duke, I like Gonzaga, and I like Florida. I feel like
Duke, Gonzaga, and Florida.
I feel like Florida right now got the best point guard, and he gonna be definitely making some noise.
Who's their point guard?
Hold on 1 second. They got Andrew Nembhard.
Never heard of him.
Get hit.
It's hard to go against a Coach K's team just because Coach K is one of the most legendary coaches. You'll always have your Dukes, your Carolinas, your Kentuckys, those elite basketball programs of the country. But you can also throw in Villanova.
Right.
You can also throw in Clemson Tigers, who I think a lot of people are sleeping on because they got pretty much their entire team coming back.
Right.
And it's hard to really name another team outside of them. But a team that I could honestly see just regrouping is Duke.
Right.
Because even though you lost Zion, you still have a nice amount of core pieces that can come back and still contribute.
Right. And just to touch up on that, my 3 teams would be.
Hold on, real quick before you name your other team. You said who was Duke? Duke from Florida. He hit that shot over on LSU. Still don't know.
Don't worry, it'll come back to him.
He got tattoos.
Yeah, like
I know you're talking about.
With like curly hair.
Yeah, it's not enough though.
No, he a dog.
He's
the best guard in college basketball.
He wasn't even the best guard last year.
Best guard in college basketball returning to Florida. That's what I'm saying.
All right, my top 3 is I think a lot of teams is gonna be shocked by this, but with Penny being the head coach, Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis got arguably the number 1 prospects in each position on their team. I know they got Boogie Ellis. He was going to Kentucky, decommitted from Kentucky, going to Memphis to play for Penny. You got Precious. Don't know how to say his last name, but number 1 probably center or power forward in the country. You got less effort. I know him by Effortless. That's his Instagram. He played for IMG Academy. Probably number 1 small forward in the country. So you got a whole bunch of talent young talent on one team with a coach that got that NBA experience, and I'm pretty sure he's a cool, laid-back coach, and you'll want to play for him. You know, when you want to play for a coach, sky's the limit.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all, because Penny Hardaway, when healthy, was one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
But he hasn't coached on his level yet, so we have to really We're going to judge him to see how he does. We're also going to have to see how Juwan does back at the University of
Michigan,
the school up north.
And that was my second team.
So we're just going to have to find out how it pretty much is.
Right.
But I will say this, though. Because you have those guys there, it's going to be interesting to see how they do coaching the first year back at their alma maters.
Right. And like you said, Juwan Howard, that was my second team, Michigan. And they won't be my
Can't
third
sleep
team.
on a coach Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
Because Izzo gets his guys motivated.
Yeah, but my third team would have to be North Carolina, and that's because yep. And they got Cole Anthony, top point guard in the country. You know what I'm saying? So they got a couple other top players on their team. So imagine a team like North Carolina with Cole Anthony at the number 1 point guard.
Want to come transfer just to come play with Cole Anthony?
Yeah, he one and done though.
You think he's one and done?
You think he's one and done?
He one and done for sure. For sure.
Only reason why I'm not so sure about that is because let's say, for instance, Carolina gets knocked out of the first round of the playoffs.
It wouldn't matter.
And now you have all those questions like, man, do I really want to go out like this, or do I want to come back and see what I can do?
It wouldn't matter. This is a segment. We're going to take some questions from our viewers and our listeners and just give them some feedback and questions they really wanted to know. So this is a question from one VZ. Who is the top 5 NBA players in the league? I'm going to start this one off.
Go ahead.
LeBron at number 1. KD at number 2. Kawhi Leonard at number 3. Giannis at number 4. And I got to go with I'm going to go Harden number 5.
This is something I usually don't do. I'm going to have to agree with every player you just said.
My man.
Wow.
Something I usually don't do. I got to agree with it because when LeBron's healthy, we all know he's still the baddest player in the world.
Right.
No question. When Kevin Durant is healthy, he's realistically, nobody can check him. He can score the ball. He can pull up on you. He has handles like a guard at 7 feet. Man, that's unstoppable.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard, when he is healthy, we've all seen what he can do in either conference. The man won a title in another country for crying out loud.
Right.
Number 4, Giannis. If Giannis can develop a legit jump shot,
it'll be over with.
Be scary.
It'll be over.
Him driving to the lane, he's unstoppable.
It's unstoppable.
And James Harden, the most unstoppable offensive threat in the NBA.
Right.
So it's hard for me to debate anybody that's better than him in the top 5. So, like I said, I do something I usually don't do. I'm gonna just shut up and I'm gonna agree with
my
DEVAUN.
My guy. Who you got, Coach?
Let me see who my picks. Only people who I had in mind, though, no specific order. I had LeBron, of course, KD, Kawhi, Steph Curry, and Kyrie.
Man, you love Steph.
I don't, though. He's
so let me ask
you
a
different
type of
Okay.
scorer, though.
So you're gonna pick Kyrie and Steph Curry above Anthony Davis, who is a walking 28 and 15 guy. 28. Oh, so we're going with rings, and that's how we're going to
I'm just saying.
Okay, let me ask you something. What did Steph Curry do last year in the NBA Finals?
Make his team better.
So he made his team better, but misses a wide open shot.
He choked, bro.
More than once.
He did, though. He
choked.
did.
Okay, no, I'm just asking since hey, I love Curry. But what did Steph Curry do last year in the NBA Finals?
Who made the Warriors that they are today?
You ever heard of this 7-foot guy from where's he? I think he's from Maryland, right?
Who made the Warriors
decided
who they
to go
are
on
today,
them and
though?
make them so unstoppable? Let me ask you this: does Steph Curry win
before KD, though?
Does Steph Curry win a title without Kevin Durant?
Who, Stephon? I mean,
No, his name is Wardell. Get it right. Does Steph Curry win those championships if Kevin Durant doesn't?
Oh, nah.
Did he do
before?
Yeah,
before?
but
But
he also
after,
got
no.
awarded the freaking stimulus package. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. He got awarded the stimulus package because Draymond Green got suspended in Game 5. If Draymond Green don't get suspended in Game 5, they win that title.
Then we
But
just
guess
had
what?
a debate.
It didn't happen.
Then we
You wanna
just
know
had
what's
a
gonna
debate about the Warriors dynasty not being over. It's
not
over
because you got Steph.
So
but let's
that
not get it
means
twisted.
Steph Curry
Steph
can
ain't-
still come
let me
back
ask you
and
something.
go to
so
the
you
finals.
really gonna sit up here and say Steph Curry is a top 5 player above Kevin Durant and above
I put
Anthony
KD
Davis
in there.
and above Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis has not done nothing yet.
He's done nothing yet, but averages 28 and 12.
Okay, how much does
Averages
how much
28,
does Steph Curry
12,
average?
and 11.
Okay, you're right. But like I said, Can Anthony Davis by himself go and lead his team somewhere?
Anthony needs a team around him to do that.
Tried.
Anthony Davis
Can
didn't
Steph
have
Curry,
one of the
Steph
greatest
Curry,
shooters of all time.
Can Steph Curry
Anthony Davis
go
didn't
to
have
a
guy who jumped
like
on the
the
bandwagon
Cleveland
to come beat
Cavaliers
him.
and change their whole type of game and make
Nobody
them a
cares
good.
about the Cavaliers. How you gonna put them in the same conversation?
Because do you know how many people will want to go and build around Steph Curry?
Yeah, okay.
How many people has went to go build with AD? Yeah,
Guess
LeBron. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. AD is a dog, but he has not proven nothing yet. Steph Curry has rings.
Here's where you're wrong.
Steph Curry is the fan favorite right now.
Here's where you're wrong in your points about saying that Anthony Davis hasn't proven nothing.
I like
the
this.
man averages 28, 12, and 11 in his sleep. The man gets DeMarcus Cousins to come play
when he's
with
healthy,
him.
though.
See, now,
when
you
he's
like
healthy.
how he's trying to debate everything I
he's
just
healthy,
said,
though.
right? That's
When
crazy.
he's healthy,
let me ask you
though.
this. Let me ask you a very hypothetical. Let me just ask you something very hypothetical.
Okay.
If we on a basketball court and it's Anthony Davis and Steph Curry, and
I'm
you need
picking AD.
My point exactly.
Right, okay.
And you gonna sit there and say you gonna pick Steph Curry over Anthony Davis? Man, stop it.
It's me and Steph Curry versus one person versus Anthony Davis. Not one person, you know what I mean, but
I know
it's
what you mean.
me, myself, as a star that I am, with Steph Curry versus Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
I'm driving all day
who's
kicking
more
out.
unstoppable, Steph
All right,
Curry
that's the time.
or Anthony Davis? Extended for 30 seconds.
That's it.
Who's more
30
unstoppable?
seconds.
Who more
Anthony
unstoppable?
Davis or Curry?
Who more
Of
unstoppable?
course, AD.
That's all I gotta say. Now we can.
Time short. Next question from Certified J. Certified J. How can you help kids in the smaller areas gain publicity? The way I can help kids in the area gain publicity is just helping them out in the gym, putting my camera to use, going around recording video games, recording video of their games and making highlights of them, getting them in the gym, pushing them to be great, trying to get them to reach their highest potential. Just if you put in the work and you grind, the highlights will come itself.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Next question from the GOAT at Coach Chevis Whipple.
That man really is the GOAT around here.
He the
that
GOAT,
man.
man.
Really, I've seen him make grown men cry.
Right.
I wasn't
I'ma
one of
let-
them, but still, I've seen him make grown men cry.
I'm gonna let you answer this first, Chris, because I know he know about Chev a little bit more. So Coach Chev asked it, what do you think about local hoops, Youngstown basketball to be specific?
It's hard for me to answer that question because I need to know a little bit more in depth. Like, what do you think about local hoops? Like, in terms of guys playing pickup ball, in terms of guys, thinking that they're better than what they really are. But I think I know where he's going with this.
I think he's talking about like
School-wise.
Nah, what do you think about local hoops? Like
The people from
the area. How's basketball in the area? When you
Honestly,
think of Youngstown basketball, what you think?
Well, when you think of Youngstown basketball as a whole, you think of a lot of guys that are good but not great. And what I mean by that is you have very few people like Chevis, DeAndre Brown, Terry Rozier, Craig Randall that can go D1 and play at the next level.
Right.
And then you have those guys that could have had those opportunities, but just sometimes how things happen.
Right.
Like Phil Hudson, yourself, myself, Slop, guys that were good but weren't necessarily didn't have the proper connects or maybe just didn't have the proper situation to get you to that next, type of thing.
Right.
But to answer the question directly, what I think about local hoops, don't get it twisted. Guys around Youngstown can ball.
Man.
Guys around Youngstown are straight killers on the court because I don't know anybody that can stop Baby Charles Thomas. So I say I don't know anybody that can stop Slop. I don't know anybody that can stop Jeremy, Craig, Jesse. So Youngstown really does have those guys that can just do it.
Right.
But in terms of like, what do I think happened? I just feel that sometimes the guys just don't have that connection.
Right.
They just don't have that opportunity presented that can really get them to that next level like they aspire to be.
Right.
Just because they didn't make it to the NBA or play overseas does
get
not
down.
mean that they can't ball.
Right.
Because you and I both know you have an open gym here, you'll have some guys that can just come in here and just ball.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
And just to touch up on that, what I think when you say Youngstown basketball, I really think of like we fight in life so much. You know what I'm saying? We come from poverty. Like it's hard, it's tough for us. And you see that behind, you know what I'm saying, the Jesse Hardens, the Baby Charles, the Jeremys, the Chevis Whipples, the Dre Browns when they play. Even, Devontae Jenkins. It's so many names we can name. But when they play, it's not like we just out there balling. We playing like
we'll fight you over.
We'll fight you over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I love Youngstown basketball because like even the sorriest cats is the most competitive. Like you're just not gonna get over on us on the basketball court, and we stand out anywhere we go. Like
that's the reality of it.
Yeah, everywhere we go, people know you ain't from here, is you? Like where you from? I always get that. If I go I went to Miami, Florida. You ain't from here, is you? Nah. Like, they just knew. You know what I'm saying? Another great question was from Coach Chevis, 24. Do you believe in two-sport athletes, or should athletes focus on one sport?
I believe that you can do really whatever you put your mind to. Because at the end of the day, who is it? Ben Simmons, you know what I'm saying? He's out playing in the NBA, and he's playing on a soccer team. So Michael Jordan, he played baseball, not very successful, you know what I'm saying, but he played basketball. So you can't be a two-sport athlete. Nowadays, it's kind of harder, but it's possible, though. Anything is possible that you put your mind to.
I think it really depends on which school you at.
Right.
And I think it really depends on who your coach is. When I played for Ursuline, football and basketball were the two main sports. The football coaches didn't want you playing basketball. And the basketball coaches didn't want you playing football.
Correct.
It really depends. Sometimes I feel it's better to have two sports because you could be really great at one thing and you could just be average at something else. Or the same thing vice versa. It really just depends, in my opinion, on the type of environment you're in. And it depends on which type of coach that you're playing for. So who knows? Maybe your coach would encourage you to do another sport because they can help you come back and kill at this sport. It just really depends.
And just to answer that question, I do believe in two-sport athletes, but all right, if you play football and you ain't that good in basketball, why won't you focus on football? Why won't you come lift during basketball season, run during basketball season, take the extra steps to become great at one sport? Or in terms of basketball, you get a lot of kids who play is on the basketball team, but just want to go play football just because it's football, and you ain't even got no choice. You ain't even supposed to be out there. So then I get confused on like, is you that serious about basketball? Because I know a typical basketball player during football season, I'm trying to lift, I'm running, I'm preparing for basketball season because I can't get in the gym if I'm on the football field. It just don't work like that.
Some guys are just naturally, they could just go from this sport to this sport.
And that was my next point. Now, if you is a natural athlete, now you got Division I offers in football, and you got Division I or II offers in basketball, I play both. You know what I'm saying? Because then you see what can I get the best, which one going to be the best offer for me. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the only way I would really prefer a two-sport athlete. If you got stuff going for both sports, if you play basketball, man, play basketball, focus on basketball. If you play football, focus on football.
Ultimately, do what's best for you.
Honestly. Do what's best for you, because you got to get the college.
Be logical at the end of the day, too.
Have a plan, have a goal. Just don't play sports, because I wish I had a goal and a plan in high school. I really didn't. Like I want to go to the NBA, but I ain't had no steps. I didn't have the steps to get to the NBA. I ain't had the steps to who I needed to contact, what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Put that work
I want to go to the NBA. It don't work like that.
If I could go back and redo high school, I would have left Ursuline. And I've never said that publicly, but if I could go back and redo it, I would have left just because I didn't realize how bad politics work in the school.
It's bad.
And I remember guys playing in front of me.
And they shouldn't have been playing.
That should not have even been on the court. And I'm talking like I've had people that would reach out to me like a Coach Chevis, like coaches that I've played for that have told me years later. Now, this much I didn't know. I would be doing like segments with my show with coaches and just about upcoming seasons and things like that. Some of them like remembered me from high school or something like that. A nice chunk of them have said, if you would have left Ursuline, you would have been one of the best players this area has ever seen.
And I feel like that about Youngstown Christian, but not in terms of because I got my playing time, I made the best of my opportunity, but I was already good there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to get better. I was already good, and I wish I would have went to Harden or somewhere. I was forced to. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got to college, when I got to college, I was forced to get in the weight room, get in the gym, and stay in the gym and get better. Because it was people, they didn't care if you was average or not. We were trying to get your spot. We trying to make sure we take advantage of you. That's how it was. It was, we gonna take you the weak link. Let me get him. Predictions on Christmas schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a good one. So we're gonna just start off Boston versus Toronto. Who you got and why?
This is gonna be a tough one. Toronto should not be playing on Christmas Day. Nobody cares about Toronto. Right. Kawhi Leonard left. Kyle Lowry was your best player. He's an aging all-star. I think Boston is going. I'm not gonna say Boston's gonna kill him. I think Toronto will be competitive. They're still championship. But I definitely think Boston is going to give them the business. I'm going with Boston on that day.
I already know.
We know where he's going.
I'm gonna pick Toronto. Should not even be there. Period.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, and I agree. I really feel Toronto is bad. Even last year, Kyle Lowry is just.
He had a few good games, but he was never that guy.
Those lucky buckets. Kyle Lowry, you're trash.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna call him trash.
But you in the league.
And he's awesome. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm calling him trash though.
You trash to be in the NBA.
Honestly, he's a top 5 point guard.
No.
Like, if you think about, no, let me in.
Drake.
Shoot, thing just went off.
No.
Here's the reason why I was like, if he's not 5, he's definitely top 10. The reason why I say this is
he's top 10.
Top 10.
The reason why I say that is
because
because you'll always have Curry and Kyrie debating on who's one.
Yeah.
So you got 1, 2. You still have Kemba. You
Westbrook.
have Russell. You got Chris Paul. That's 5 right there. And then you still got Kyle. You still have those guys. Think about it. You got Dame. You got Rondo. When healthy, Rondo is still one of the best
point guards
in the NBA.
Facts.
When healthy. So you can still mix Kyle Lowry in there. Now, I'm not saying he's the best point guard in the league. We all know that's not true. Right. And I'll throw Ben Simmons in there at 9 because he just doesn't have a jump shot yet.
Right. Well, I got Boston, of course, on the final. I mean, on Christmas.
Oh, you got it right too on the final.
Nah, hell nah. Bucks versus Philly. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Philly. The reason why I'm gonna go with Philly is because as much as we give Embiid a lot of we give him a lot of slack. We give him a lot of slack because we feel like he's the goofy guy. But when he really wants to, he could be unstoppable. Right. He could be unstoppable, and so can Giannis Antetokounmpo. But Giannis, the thing that's so frustrating about his game is it seems like all he can do is just get to the rack. And you also got to think, Philly now has Al Horford, who he's not going to stop him.
Who is the supposedly Giannis stopper.
Yeah, think about it. He's not the Giannis stopper, but he can really slow him down to make it easy. Plus, you got Embiid. They could really just clamp down on him and be like, you're not getting all of these. For those reasons like that, that's why I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers.
I'm going to go with the 76ers as well because, like he said, they have the Giannis stopper, supposedly. In Boston last year, he wasn't doing none of that. And you know what I'm saying? That's trash. But like he said, you know what I'm saying? They got 2 bigs down there, and that's going to be harder for Giannis to score. Not saying it's going to be hard for the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? But when you take out Giannis, you know what I'm saying? That definitely weakens the Bucks team.
I'm going to go and say the Bucks is going to blow Philadelphia out.
Wait a minute. Please explain yourself on this one. I got it.
Because I respect Embiid. That's it. I still feel like Ben Simmons is going to be the same Ben Simmons. Of course, you get a little better. But I still don't think he's going to have a jumper he need to have. He's going to be the same type of player. He can't. You sag off on what he going, you know what I'm saying? He take his couple jumpers. I'm living.
He been in the gym shooting all summer.
Man, that's not enough.
We just going to have to see.
His
that's
jumper
all I can say
don't,
about that one.
But his jumper don't look like it got way better. It didn't. Now, you could tell when somebody worked on their jumper. Like,
they definitely gassing him.
Yeah, it's the same Ben Simmons. It's the same jumper. He just making a couple fadeaway. Imagine how many times he shot the ball out of a minute video.
You right.
We'll never know because we weren't there.
Right.
That's true, but I'm picking Giannis because I feel like he gonna do what he want. He gonna have 40. It's gonna be. I should never say a blowout. It's gonna be a good game.
Competitive game.
40?
It should. Hell yeah. 40 on Christmas. Yes.
Now, what if he does that and they still lose? That goes back to our point. You got to have somebody on that team.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I took. But that's why I took back a blowout from to happen in a close game because I feel like you still got to have like Chris Middleton. He gonna have a decent game. Eric Bledsoe gonna have a decent game.
People sleep on Bledsoe's
game. Yeah.
Facts.
I don't know who they got on the team, but it's gonna be a good game. But I just don't got Philly. I ain't got Philly on Christmas.
Next game.
Rockets versus Golden State.
Honestly, that game I think depends on who all has home court. If it's in Houston, I'm going with the Rockets. If it's in the Bay, well, actually not the Bay Area, San Francisco now. Right. If it's in San Francisco, I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Right. What you got?
This is a tough one. It's probably this game and the next game definitely gonna be my two favorite games to watch, despite my team being on TV. But I'm gonna definitely probably have to go with. It's gonna be a tough one. But I'm gonna have to go with the Rockets.
Why?
Just because who gonna stop
Harden?
Who gonna stop Harden?
Who gonna stop Westbrook?
If somebody stop Harden, who gonna stop Westbrook? Because Clay not gonna be back in time.
Yep, that's why I got the Rockets. Plain and simple. Clay ain't gonna be back. I'm gonna answer this one first. The Lakers and the Clippers. I got LA. Lakers.
About to say which one?
Lakers. Y'all already know.
And the reason why I still have the Lakers, have you ever really sat back and really thought about how the Lakers really still do have a very good team, even with DeMarcus Cousins going out?
It might be better. It might be better for the Lakers.
We didn't really need DeMarcus Cousins. He's a great pickup to get.
But y'all got other players.
To say, like, we have other guys that you can really put in. They're not going to be offensive, threats. But guess what? They can still give you some decent rebounds, hit a few shots, be defensive stoppers. I never thought I would be happy that JaVale McGee was with us. But since that JaVale's there, that's actually going to be a very beneficial part.
It's a better fit. Right. That's how I look at it. It's a better fit with JaVale because he get up and down.
And he's not going to complain about touches.
Yeah. Right. And he's going to get up and down with that team. And that's what you need. You don't need to be posting up DeMarcus Cousins. You need somebody who's going to run up and down the court, throw the ball in the transition, be able to finish and create for, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Boogie is a bucket, but it's a slow tempo bucket. You know what I'm saying?
When healthy, he was 28 and 15.
Yeah.
But he's not healthy anymore, and that's unfortunate, but you just got to.
Will he ever bounce back?
Honestly, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, maybe he should consider retiring.
I think he's going to bounce back.
I think the reason why he should at least consider it is because
it keeps happening.
Reoccurring
injuries.
And he's getting a little older now, If this happened at 22, you can bounce back. He's 28 going on 29. You've had two significant injuries. It might be time for you just to retire because you still have life to live after basketball.
Right.
Now, me, I'm calling the upset. I'm going with the Clippers over the Lakers. Just because I'm just excited to see Kawhi. I know he's going to be in a whole nother type of mode just for Christmas, and he's going to be well prepared, ready for this game. So I'm just calling the upset. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the Lakers has an honestly better team than the Clippers, but I'm going with the Clippers for this one.
Just to kind of wrap it up with the last topic of the day, does Carmelo Anthony deserve a job? And will the Nets be a good fit for Melo?
Let me go.
No
let me
and
answer
no.
This one. I'm gonna let Chris answer this one first because he says no.
No. Here's why I say Melo should not. I'm so sick of talking about this, and I don't mean this in a negative way. Let's not forget, Melo realistically was a bucket getter.
Right.
One of the most pure and effective
best
scorers the game has ever seen.
He was the better scorer than KD before.
Having said all of that, this isn't 2008. This isn't 2012. This ain't 2016 when you were still relevant. The game has literally changed up above you. Melo realistically still could make a roster spot, but Melo, his mental is not in that frame of mind.
But he changed.
I'm not yet. Everybody says that until it's time to actually do it.
That's true.
The reason why I say he does not deserve one. Melo is still going to want all those touches. He's still going to say, I can come off the bench. You never come off the bench.
Right.
It's a hard mentality to adapt
But
to.
he's coming off the bench for the Rockets.
Really? You going to put the Rockets in there?
Did
you see what
they didn't even give
did?
him a chance, though.
The part that was frustrating about that entire thing was Houston lied to him, and they lied to him, said that you won't really worry about the things like that, and unfortunately that's what happened. Can Melo still ball? Yes, but I just don't think that with this way that the NBA game is played now, I just don't see Melo fitting in with anybody. So that's why I say no, he does not deserve to be in the league. And out of all teams, you're going to want a washed-up Carmelo Anthony with a young Kyrie Irving. Melo can still get you a bucket, but he's going to have to back you down. He's going to have to have 1,000,001 touches. We all know Kyrie Irving does not like passing the ball, period. If you had to pick somebody to pass the ball to, Melo is not that guy. You want to know who your guy is? He's recuperating right now from an Achilles injury.
Yeah, but he ain't there. Next year, he that guy. He'll be that guy for the Nets.
Melo, don't do it, Melo. Go play in the Big Three. Go play overseas. At least you can still get your buckets over there.
I'm going to go last. You go. Go ahead. I'm going to go last.
Yeah, I said
the Big Three.
Melo
go ahead. Come on.
I'm not discrediting the man's legacy, but this is a new day and age now, man. You can't run the triangle offense in 2019.
I said
Melo,
last year.
your game is phenomenal for 2009, 2010, 2012. We in 19
year,
now,
man.
bro. It's not. No, just don't do it.
I said it last year, man. Somebody get Melo a Celtics jersey, man, because we want Melo, man.
This man just wants somebody to play like Boston. That's all that is.
We want Melo. Listen, Melo deserves a job in the NBA. Yes. Why? Because his last season, it got shattered. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a good opportunity to go out and prove himself after he had a great career-ending season. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he went out there and just it was a complete bust. He did facilitate. You know what I'm saying? He did put up pretty good numbers. But like you said, will Melo get used to coming off the bench? Like you said, yeah, he's telling everybody that, but will he really, when it's time, be ready to come off the bench? I say the Nets is a good fit right now because KD just went down. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for that fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, somebody to fill that spot. And I feel like Melo is the answer. One, because Kyrie is coming back to a new team after being called, you know what I'm saying, a selfish type of player. Now he's trying to rebuild the team. And what better way to make your team come up and be a better team than to bring back Carmelo and to, you know what I'm saying, change him for a better player.
Well,
make him a better player.
I'm holding in this laughter because I respect the mess out of y'all.
But
you literally just said Melo's the answer.
Melo is the answer for right now.
Until KD get listen.
They got DeAndre Jordan.
But listen though.
Do you know how much that's? Hold on, real quick. Last season, the Brooklyn Nets were number 15 on defense. Do you not think Carmelo Anthony is gonna help that?
Melo ain't no defensive player.
Okay, but he's
good
enough defensive player to help them come from number 15 down.
You know,
Melo not playing no
with
defense.
Melo,
DeAndre, hold on.
And Kyrie though,
DeAndre will help the defense, but Melo won't have
he thinks Melo's gonna help defense.
Yeah, it won't help defensively. He gonna help you on offensively.
So.
All right. Well, to answer the question, I do think Melo deserves a job. Cause think about it, like Melo said, it's not 450 player or a 15-man roster. I don't deserve a 15-man roster spot.
Right.
So he can't go on Brooklyn and get one of those jobs. He can't go on Phoenix and get one of those jobs. He can't go on Denver and get, you know what I'm saying? Melo will be good on any championship contender team. He wasn't good with the Rockets because he came off the bench and they wasn't even giving him good minutes off the bench.
Right.
And they only gave him a 10-day contract. How you going to adjust and you ain't getting your playing time? And you ain't.
Well,
his numbers wasn't good.
10-day contract. He played 10 games and then.
Well, yeah, then they fired him.
Yeah.
So 10-day, but hey, I think he deserves a job. I think the Nets will be a good fit for him this year, but once KD come back, it won't be a good. It won't be a point for you.
That is just because of the age factor and because that wear and tear on his body. Plus, we don't necessarily know
but when Melo ever
how shape Melo really is.
Yeah,
but when
the same age though. I'm not saying skill level wise though. You know what I'm saying? But they came in the year the same.
When Melo ever get really hurt though?
I'm not necessarily saying injury would be a factor. It's just the fact that he's older now, and the game has changed so much. Melo is not going to. First of all, Melo was never a good 3-point shooter to begin with.
Right.
So
what?
No way. Not a good effective 3-point shooter compared to how the game is right now. Will Carmelo Anthony be able to affect
he's not a good spot-up shooter.
With the way that the game is right now, which is running.
Look up the Melo Nuggets.
Do you think Melo's going to do that?
No.
He can.
No, the way that his mental is, Melo was always, I gotta find.
He got to dribble for it. Yeah, you're right. But
Melo has never been that guy to just come down, let threes go. Yeah. Now he's been
good enough to adjust.
He's been a great spot-up shooter his entire career. But even having said all of that, you can't do spot-up shooting threes now. Most of the time, we gonna be coming down the court just pulling up. Melo doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Melo
we don't know.
But if he played with Kyrie,
we have not seen a full season of Melo, so
but
we don't know what Melo has in store.
You know what Melo has in store? He should call up Ice Cube in his phone right now and be like, "Let me get on the big three so I can possibly come back to the league."
Listen, if he played with Kyrie,
oh man,
Melo is gonna get his numbers up.
For sure.
If he played with Kyrie, he will get his numbers back up.
So if one ball hog plays with another
Kyrie's
ball
not a
hog,
ball
hog.
Kyrie can't
Kyrie's
be
not
a
a
ball
ball
hog
hog.
this season. He can't be a ball hog.
He's not a ball hog.
Okay.
But Kyrie, what? When was Kyrie ever a ball hog?
Kyrie not a ball hog.
See, what did he do
last
season
he was definitely
he shot the ball more than LeBron.
Kyrie was
we needed that.
Kyrie was a ball hog last season, period. In Boston.
Stop. We didn't need Kyrie to score in Cleveland.
As much as you needed Kyrie to score in Cleveland,
what about Kyrie in Boston, though?
If you think Kyrie was more of a big scoring threat at that time than LeBron James, maybe you need to go get checked on something.
Kyrie was definitely a scoring factor in that playoff
in
game.
Cleveland, heck shit.
He definitely needed LeBron. They were both going 40,
I'm saying.
40,
Who did Cleveland
50s.
need more, LeBron or Kyrie?
LeBron, any team.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. But
we talk about scoring.
Scoring. LeBron.
If LeBron just scored and Kyrie didn't get buckets and it was JR and everybody else was hooping, we would have lost. But since Kyrie, since Kyrie helped, they won. They won the games. LeBron still was getting.
Don't forget Kyrie hit that big shot over Steph Curry.
Man, stop. LeBron was still getting 40 and losing when Kyrie left. We needed that scoring from Kyrie.
Here's where, and I'm not disagreeing and saying that Cleveland did not need Kyrie, but to say that he wasn't hogging at times, to say that he wasn't just trying to go out there and get his numbers.
But every time he hogged,
we needed that though.
Yeah, you needed that.
That's where they got untouched Kyrie from.
Like Jordan, you know how earlier, because I'm not a Jordan fan. Let me make that clear on camera.
Don't say.
I'm not a Jordan fan.
Yeah, we know who your favorite player is.
So with who we talk, Kyrie. Bro, we need Kyrie. That was what we needed. The Bulls needed Jordan to score. We needed Kyrie to score.
Let me ask you something.
Because without that scoring, we lose the game.
At that particular time, who was more effective scoring-wise, LeBron or Kyrie?
Kyrie.
Right.
Okay. Who was more of a dominant scorer, LeBron or Kyrie?
They both was going
at the same time.
They was putting equal amount of numbers up, though.
Okay. Who shot the ball more?
LeBron.
No, he didn't. Kyrie shot the ball more than LeBron did.
Nah.
Yes, he did.
LeBron was getting.
Look it up. LeBron.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up. Kyrie shot the ball more than LeBron, then demanded a trade out of Cleveland. That's exactly what he did. The reason why I say that, I had to give you that little bit of knowledge to say this. The reason why Kyrie was considered a ball hog at that particular point in his career, you have the best player in the entire world on your team. You're shooting the ball more than him, and you demand a trade. Yeah. Fast forward 4 years later, you're in Brooklyn now. And you think a washed-up Carmelo Anthony is going to just sit back and let you take all of the shots?
Kyrie has
the
to
reason
come.
why
but he's
it's
gonna
not
have
going
to pass.
Kyrie have to come.
Melo is a hog. Kyrie is a dog, but he's a hog.
But you still got
two of them on
Spencer.
the same court. It's not going to work.
I don't think Melo would be the second option though.
Melo won't be an option, period.
If he on that, yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Stop it.
Yes, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see.
Kyrie,
get my man's a job, man. Melo deserves a job.
Melo, you're a great scorer. But
we want you in Boston, Melo.
Don't do it, Melo.
You know what I want.
Don't
play with Taco.
Don't go to
Kimba,
Boston.
Man.
They're going to laugh at you down there.
Come to Boston with Kimba and Taco, man. We got Taco too.
Hey, Taco about to come to LA.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Because listen, y'all not trying to sign him.
If Taco come, I listen.
Yeah, y'all not trying to sign him.
I know. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. You heard what I said. Boston.
All right. That's the end of our podcast show for today. I want to thank my man Chris Gunther for coming on the show, man. It was fun.
You,
always want to thank my co-host, Coach Clinks. And this is the full podcast. Tune in and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel, XposedSports TV. Catch us every Thursday to catch more episodes. And we out.